The advertising that you see on television and elsewhere, and doctors that are quick to pull the trigger on medications before discussing any other option. The industry develops and markets drugs for use as solutions. Currently, there are 81,000 pharmaceutical sales representatives in the United States alone, and advertising campaigns have claimed that depression is linked with an imbalance of the neurotransmitter serotonin, and that antidepressants can correct this imbalance. Now, the only problem is, although I'm not completely against the idea of using antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications, anti-anxiety for use of a good night's rest only, in my opinion. There are studies that have been performed to evaluate the effect of depleting serotonin levels in humans in order to induce depression, and none of them showed any consistent results. Low serotonin levels did not produce an increase in clinical depression in healthy humans during these studies, but it's still up for discussion. So then, if there's such an uncertainty in the connection between antidepressants and curing depression, as well as the unknown side effects that these medications could cause in the short and long run, then how are millions of people on antidepressants and billions of dollars being made from these prescriptions without consistent results? In my experience with GAD and panic disorder, and visiting many doctors from different parts of the US and Canada, I found a consistency in the way they handled my complaints. Most of the doctors I visited were quick to diagnose GAD and or depression, which was great because it meant I had no underlying physical issue. But the diagnosis was quickly followed by a piece of paper that had an average of 2 or 3 different prescription medications that I couldn't really pronounce. Talk about fearing the unknown. I will never forget a simple quote that has stuck with me until this day, and that has brought a deeper understanding of what fear is to me. Love is what we are born with. Fear is what we learned here. This made me think deeply about my own childhood. When I came to this planet, I was fearless and full of love. As a child, I enjoyed everything and took part in activities without the fear of what could happen. I just did it. How fearless we were as children, and what happened? We've taught ourselves to be hesitant, cautious, and fearful of everything. Whatever happened to the creativity that we brought to this planet? But there's a solution, I thought to myself. If we can teach ourselves to fear so much and worry to the point that our health takes a beating in so many ways, then we can also teach ourselves to detach from fear and get our lives back from panic attacks and GAD. Overcoming a fear involves creating a conditioned response that counters the conditioned fear response. And this is the reason that I took the route of systematic desensitization as the number one way to overcome fears and phobias. So make sure that you study it and begin applying it consistently starting today.